Yes, good morning everyone. Yes, good morning everyone. Am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes, am I audible, visible to all of you? Yes. Okay. Yes, Achintya, you are there. Yes, Preeti is there. Very good morning to all of you once again. Audible loudly and clearly. Yes, once again, those who are new here, my name is Harshvardhan Singh, and I'm here on this platform to teach you history, all the aspect of history, including history optional, economics and international relation. I have 8-year experience in the field of civil services as an educator. Those who haven't taken subscription, I insist you to take the subscription of Unacademy. It will help you a lot. And we have option of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and 12 months. But I insist you to have a subscription of 12 months so that you can finish all the courses within a time of 1 year. And we are having more than 15,000 courses. Means whether you are a new student or whether you are old student, it doesn't matter. According to your requirement, syllabus is designed. And we have two options in that, plus an iconic. I insist you to take the iconic subscription because here we are going to provide everything including the personal feedback. So whenever you want to take a subscription, please use my code HARSHV10. This is my code. You will get 10% discount. Along with that, most important thing, you counted as my student. So whenever you have a problem, you can contact me. Yes. Okay. Next thing. I think that we are going to discuss on it later. Okay, so shall we start? How many people are there? Okay, Achintya, Preeti, only four. 3, 4 people are there. Okay, no worries. People are going to join later. So, India and Pakistan. When this word is there, Pakistan, we have a different feelings for. We have completely different feeling. One feeling is of enmity, and this is very common trend in India since independence. We always considered Pakistan as our enemy, and Pakistan also considered the same thing. But was it the case whether we were really enemy country? How it is possible that we lived together for thousands of years and suddenly we became enemy? And what was the problem? The problem was basically fanaticism. Religious fanaticism led to division of India. And existence of Pakistan is based on enmity with India. Because other than that, what's the problem between India and Pakistan? Very small problem, Kashmir. It's not a big deal. We can solve through negotiation. Yes, we can solve through negotiation. But other than what? There were very less problem between India and Pakistan. But Pakistan continued that enmity just to maintain their identity, a separate identity. Their existence is totally dependent on India's hatred. Clear? And you know that in India also now this trend is very common. If you say anything, means if you ask valid question and all, this is common trend nowadays. Go to Pakistan. So this is kind of hatred, and we use the Pakistan word in the form of enemy country. But as I mentioned, was it that much difficult to resolve the question between India and Pakistan? It was not that much difficult. Then why this problem is still prevalent? Yes, as this question is not that much big, then why this problem is remain? It is just because the rigid approach adopted by both the countries while solving the Kashmir issue. Because Kashmir became a sentimental issue for both India and Pakistan, and we are firm over the stand. Means, let's take an example of you and your friend or anything. And if you are having a difference of opinion over any particular point, and you both stick to your opinion, do you really think so? You're going to talk with that person again? Never. You're not going to talk with that person again. Why? Because both of you are firm. But always remember, in international relation, there is no permanent friend and no permanent enemy. You know that in the past, Britain and France were the enemies for the centuries, but still they became good friends later on. They fought First and Second World War together against Germany. Germany was enemy number one for them for a long time. And now, if you go through the go through European Union, you will get to know that France and Germany acted like a BFF, that is best friend forever. They design the policy together and they implement that policy together. So such type of approaches develop, and how it should be the case. Only thing required, that is adaptive nature. Whenever the diplomacy is there, you have to open all the channels for debate and discussion. War is not a solution for any problem. It is a last resort. But the first, we have to solve this problem through debate and discussion. Akshay, if the problem will solve, then people will ask for the, yes, exactly, exactly, Akshay. If the problem is going to solve between India and Pakistan, people are going to ask why my roads are dirty, why there is no hospital, why my education, government education institutes are worst in condition. Yes, so this type of question people are going to ask. So that's why this problem is continued. But as you know that this our enmity, yes, Shawaz, good morning. Our enmity is basically a political enmity, and most of the time it is from Pakistani side, because as I mentioned, their existence is depend on Indian hatred. What about the common people? What about the people like you and me? Do you have any problem with the Pakistan in general, in personal? Do you have any problem? In general, our answer is no. The personal problem is not that. Yes, but our nation is having problems, so we have the problem. It's okay. But nation is having a problem with any particular area, then why the all people are suffering? As I mentioned in previous lectures also, that when international relation is designed, it is not designed on the basis of sentiments. It designed on the basis of other aspects. Means if you are having problem with one point, but there are other points which are open for discussion, and India and Pakistan now adopted this approach. Yes, India and Pakistan now adopted this approach. They kept Kashmir issue separate. This had a discussion. Sometime the discussion ended and all. So this problem is continued. But at the same time, we open our border for trade. Yes, we had a trade from Rajasthan. We had a trade from Pakistan. We had a trade from Jammu and Kashmir. So these are the neighboring states. And of course, if we want anything, it's better to take that thing from Pakistan. And the Pakistan is also having the same approach. If they want anything, then it's better to purchase that from India. Because we have road connectivity, we have railway connectivity, we have plane connectivity. Even you can walk. And there is no other than artificial boundary. There is no barrier. You can walk easily in the Pakistan. They can. So it saves our money. So bilateral trade, and basically, you know that when India was suffering from what not suffering. India was having scarcity of onion. We purchased from Pakistan, and the same thing when Pakistan wants lentils, India sent that. So this bilateral relation is continued between India and Pakistan. This is the one aspect of relationship. Yes. Okay. Next aspect. The bilateral relationship is having one is political aspect. This political aspect. Second aspect was basically we mentioned the trade aspect, and the third aspect I'm mentioning that is cultural aspect. Cultural aspect, and how it is so because we share the same cultural identity. We have same legacy. Where is Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Dargah? Where is? Yes, this question to all of you. Where is Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Dargah is? Yes, everyone, do you know where it is? Do you know where it is? Yes, Ashwini, it is in Ajmer. Yes, Akshay, exactly. It is in Ajmer. Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti was a Sufi saint. He belonged to Chishti Silsila. And followers of Chishti Silsila is there in India as well as in Pakistan. So you know that there are people from Pakistan come to India to place visit to Ajmer to pay homage to the Sufi saint. Tell me where is Kartarpur Sahib? Where is Nankana Sahib? Where is? Yes, where it is located? Pakistan. So every year Sikhs travel to Pakistan to pay respect, homage to Guru Nanak. Yes, Guru Nanak Sahib. That is the case. So we have the same culture, we have the same language. Yes, it is there Pakistan. So cultural legacy is same between India and Pakistan. And do you know one thing that the Punjabi wedding and the Muslim wedding in Pakistan is somehow similar. They have similar tradition, and some of you might aware because of this mm, Bollywood movies and all. There is a kind of a bridegroom is there, and Sahara is there. The face of the bridegroom is covered with the flower. That's Sahara. Actually, in the rest of the India, this tradition is not followed. But this tradition is followed in Muslim marriages in Pakistan. But the same thing it followed in India also. So I just gave you very few example of it. Food habits are same, our languages are same. As Pakistan claim our language, the language which developed in Deccan later it grew in Lucknow, and this language now Pakistan claim as their language. And you know that there are very foolish people present in India. They are so fool that when you use the Urdu word, they say that oh hashtag, are you mad? This is our language. This is our legacy. Urdu developed here. It is a part of India. Clear? And they have the same legacy because this language share with them the same way the Punjabi is there. Sindhi language is spoken in both side of the countries, means in Pakistan as well as it is in India. Same with Kashmiri, both UK and Indian Kashmir. that is Jammu and Kashmir. They have the same language, same food, same language, even the same dressing sense also. So we are having this cultural aspect. We are having close relation with each other. This is the third thing. Fourth thing, and yes, one more aspect of this cultural aspect is music. You know that when Pakistan became an independent nation state, and at that time it was a period of fanaticism. People were mad, along with some means they are fully mad with the ideology of religion, and they said that we don't want anything from India and all. So, as you know, that Indian music tradition is developed from thousands of years. How can you change the ragas? How can you change the ragas? Is it possible? If you know Hindustani music, then we have two types, Carnatic and Hindustani. Hindustani music is a legacy of all. It is not restricted to any particular religion. All the people, all the talented people from all the sides, they played important role. Yes, Akshay said the Sufi Qawwali or Sufi music is very popular, and some of you know that Kalandar. This word is Kalandar, Bulle Shah. These were the Sufi saints. The Kalandari Silsila was there. Bulle Shah was a Sufi saint. So their tradition is also there. How can you forget that tradition? Can you erase that tradition? No. Along with that, whenever we say that we are proud to be a part of Indus Valley civilization, so where is Mohenjo-daro? Where is Harappa? It is in Pakistan. The same way. Where is Rakhigarhi? It is in India. So don't you think so that we are the part of same legacy for 1,000 years? Thousands of years, not thousand, thousands of years. 2500 BC was the period of Indus Valley civilization, and both the countries claim that they are the descendant of Indus Valley civilization. Clear? So this is also aspect. Music is one of the best aspect. Music connects India and Pakistan. You know that there are very few musician, Pakistani musician we know better. I'm not talking about that recent Bollywood singer. I'm not talking about that person. The very best example, that is Noor Jahan. Yes, she was a legend. We had that legacy. Along with that, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. The same way Indian musician is also played important role in that. It is the same thing. Then fifth important aspect in the relationship which can improve our relationship with Pakistan. This is the one aspect, and as I mentioned, this aspect is having star mark. But this aspect can help us to improve our relation. This aspect also can improve our relation with the Pakistan. And one more aspect, that is people to people contact. Yes, Ashwini, Manto. Manto is very famous in Pakistan as well as it is more famous in India. One more person I want to tell you, and both the countries now means intellectual in Pakistan, they claim that that person belongs to them. That is Bhagat Singh. Every year in Lahore, Pakistanis people, those who are intellectual, they celebrate the legacy of Bhagat Singh. We have the same legacy, and it's my personal thing I want to share with you. As I was a child and I didn't know about that much the border dispute and all and all. I know one thing, that Pakistan is our enemy. Since childhood, this is a bombardment from all sections of the society, and I knew that. But as a student of history, means in my childhood, I think third, fourth standard or fifth standard, it was the case. And there is always Lahore session was there. Nehru became the president and all. Even the Bhagat Singh was hanging in Lahore and all. So even Raja Ranjit Singh was having Lahore as a capital and all. I thought for I think to 6th to 7th standard, it was an assumption for me that Pakistan means Lahore belongs to India. Because how can you remove Lahore session from Indian history? Is it possible for us to remove it? Because that session declared that what India want, total independence. How can you forget the legacy of Maharaja Ranjit Singh? And how can Pakistani erase their of legacy of Taj Mahal? Do they have Taj Mahal? No. Do they have Delhi? No. So this is the case that we have a connectivity with each other. Clear? Now this is most important aspect if we want to improve the relation with Pakistan or any country, as I mentioned in the last lecture when we discuss about Bangladesh. We mentioned we have a cordial relation with the Bangladesh, and why it is so? It is because both the Bengal share this legacy and they do not have such a problem which we have with the Pakistan. Is it possible that we can change the name? As this is a common trend right now in India. From tomorrow your name is like this. As you know that Bangladesh was earlier known as here it is written also in this map. Bangladesh was known as East Pakistan. We changed the name from Pakistan to Bangladesh. We don't have a problem with them. Is it possible that to change the name of Pakistan? So the problem will be there. Is that the case? Yes. So this is an important aspect, that is people to people contact is very much important to improve the relationship. And you know that both the countries, and basically if we mention both the countries and more, we are giving blame to Pakistan because it is not just their enemy because we are blaming, no, because their military doesn't want Pakistani people to come into contact with the Indian people, because once they are going to be develop a close proximity, they are going to realize that identity of Pakistan is fake. It is based on wrong assumption. Religion is never been a basis for formation of nation state. So they was having fear of that, and that's why they do not want people to people contact. But still, political order or a military order do whatever they want. But people are going to meet each other. Do you know that? Do you know that this? I think some of you are not at all aware of this fact. When Pakistani, Indian, and Bangladeshi people went outside to pursue higher education, they are good friends. Do you know that? As we are having enmity with each other, but when we want to pursue education, let's suppose in United Kingdom, this is the country which ruled us. All these three countries were under United Kingdom. So when we entered into that area, we all are having same aim. They are looters, plunderers. We have to teach lesson to them by destroying their language. By destroying their language, we used to speak English in so fluent manner that even the Britishers are like that. Oh my God, please save our language. Yeah. But this is very common thing that when we pursue the higher education, means Pakistani, Indian, and Bangladeshi, when we went out, we became so close to each other. We forget about enmity, and how it is possible. It is because we share the same legacy, same food, same everything is same other than the artificial border. We have same thing. Clear? And one more thing is important. When you meet that person outside, when you leave that person, whatever the prejudices you have, it is going to end, because you have a prejudices regarding any particular person. It is just because you don't know that person, you don't have any contact with that, you made a false assumption related to that person, and that's why you always keep safe distance from that person. Yes, it is always there, and this concept is clear. So that's why military rule doesn't want people to people contact. And if it will be the case, I don't know whether we are going to unite one day or not, it doesn't matter. But if we are going to improve our relation, if we are going to improve our relation with Pakistan, then it will be beneficial for both the countries. And how? Because India and Pakistan are wasting, I'm telling you, wasting their huge amount of money to protect the border. What's the problem between these two countries? If they are agree to live peacefully, why they want to invest so much in defense? There is no need at all. So that is the case. Clear? So that is the case. If we are going to improve our relationship, then it will save the money. And you know that India and Pakistan both are developing countries. We required money for other developmental works. We are lacking in education system. We are still, after 70 years also, we are not in a position to provide best education to them. We are not in a position to create best health structure. Even we are not in a position to provide good environment. Yes, yes, these are the very basic things. So, if we save this money, means Pakistan and India, it will help both the countries to develop. And along with that, whenever our relationship with the Pakistan improved, then it will erase the tension. You know that every day, if you are not watching the so-called journalism, if you are not watching that, then you will get to know that every day either a bad news all comes from the side of Pakistani border or from Chinese border. We are losing our brothers and sisters at the border. Why it is so? Because of such madness is there. Clear? Is that clear to you? Whatever I say? Yes? Is that clear to you? So this is the map. This is the map of British India in 1947. This British India consists of Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Means till 1935 it was a part of India, but by the Act of 1935, separation of Burma. Yes. So British Empire was so big, British Indian Empire at that time. And you know that the development goes on in such a manner that finally, Britishers decided to divide India. And, and for that, they asked one person, that is the name of that person, Redcliffe. They asked that person to divide these two countries. And this person divided India within a short interval of time. Hardly in 3-4 months, he divided India. Hardly within 3 to 4 months, divided India. Is it possible to divide India, such a subcontinental type of country, within 2-3 months? Means if you really want to divide it, you have to visit the places, you have to know the geography. And this person was not Indian. This person doesn't know the geography of the area, and this was a problematic thing for them. So in drawing room, they sat and they divided the India in such a manner, and this line is known as the Red Cliff line. These are the bordering things. This line, Red Cliff line. It symbolized the partition of India from western side and from eastern side. So in Bangladesh, we have only one line, that is Red Cliff line. Clear? But from Pakistani side, we have two lines. One is Red Cliff line and another is here. This is known as LOC, line of control. Clear? This is LOC, line of control between India and Pakistan. One line is Red Cliff line, another line is LOC. Yes, everyone, is that clear to you? Yes, is that clear to all of you? Any question, any doubt? And one more thing, our relation with the Pakistan, is so deep and so complicated, so that it is not going to finish within a lecture. Yes, so we are going to discuss that thing in detail. Okay. Yes, is there any question, any doubt, everyone? Any question, any doubt? Okay, good. Next thing we are going to discuss, the background of Indo-Pak relation, how India and Pakistan relationship developed. Up and downs were there in India and Pakistan relation. So first time, Nilesh Ashwini Bhutia, I said in history lecture as well, I'm really surprised. No doubt, no question, how intelligent you are. I'm really proud of you. See. Next, the background of bilateral relation between India and Pakistan, how it evolved. As you know that the separatist movement in India started with Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Yes, Sayyid Ahmad Khan and Abdul Latif. They started this movement. Basically, the movement was started for providing Western education to the Muslims so that they will get government jobs. Clear? So the separatist movement started with Sayyid Ahmad Khan. This is the first phase. Second phase is by moderate leaders or liberals, we can say. In that, Aga Khan was there. Then Muhammad Iqbal. Yes, and the third phase. These are the phase. Phase 1 is by Sayyid Ahmad Khan, then Aga Khan, Muhammad Iqbal. And the third phase was of radical in nature, and it was led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So these were the three phases. And 1936, after the election of 1936, everything changed. Because pre-1936 demand were different, but after 1936 demand were totally different, and now demand was basically of separate state. So first time the official demand of separate state was in 23rd March 1940, and that demand was known as Pakistan Resolution. Yes, that demand was known as Pakistan Resolution. But remember one thing very clearly, that the word Pakistan was not used. The word Pakistan was not used. The demand was, means basically this resolution was for separate state. A Muslim League session was there. In that, Muslim League passed a resolution for creation of separate state, and that resolution popularly, the word is popularly known as Pakistan resolution. Clear? Is that clear to all of you? Good. Next thing here, as the demand for separate state there, you know that in 1940s the August offer was there. August offer gave some hint of separatism. Even the Cripps mission in 1942, they also having that tinge of separatism. And finally that leads to direct action day, because cabinet mission refused the demand of separate state. Cabinet mission was in favor of united India, and this was a major setback for Muslim League, and Muslim League doesn't want to lose this opportunity. If it was only opportunity for them, that they knew that it is going to happen if and only if British is going to divide. Otherwise, after independence, such demand doesn't matter to the people. So that's why they were in so hurry, and that's why when demand of separate state rejected by cabinet mission on 16th August 1946, Muslim League started direct action day. They declared a direct action day, means from that day onward you have to fight to get your nation state. And through this day, means from this day till the death of Gandhi, riots broke out all over India. India, it means Pakistan, India and Bangladesh. So when this thing was there, it was a situation of civil war, and it's very difficult to handle such situation, because you cannot stop the common masses. Now movement was transferred from leaders to the common people, and they were not in a position to listen to anyone. And finally, because of that, everyone agrees that this is the only solution. Which one? Creation of Pakistan. So on 15th August 1947, partition of India was declared through Indian Independence Act and creation of separate states of Pakistan. You know what? When they got the independence, they don't have capital for themselves. They have to find out where they want to make their capital city. They were having that problem as well. So at the time of independence, they hosted their flag in Karachi. Later on, they were thinking where, and finally they established a new city near Rawalpindi. Rawalpindi was one of the most important city, and new city is developed, and the name because the Pakistan, a land of purity, land based on Islam. So that's why they gave the word Islamabad to that city. Clear? Yes, Rajkumar. Good morning. Is that clear to you? Next, just after independence, India and Pakistan fought a war. This war over the issue of Kashmir. As you know the historical background, and those who don't know the historical background, let me explain quickly that here, here, here. Here, when in 1947, at the time of independence, these are the lines. This line, red line, from here to here, here to here, we mention these lines. This shows the Pakistan. This territory belongs to Pakistan. But Kashmir was not part of it. This Jammu and Kashmir was a separate state. Jammu and Kashmir was a separate state, altogether separate state. And you know that at that time, for native states, for native states, there were three options. First, either go with India, or they have choice with the Pakistan, or they were having choice to be independent. Clear? So these were the choices given to the native state what to do. Either part of India, either part of Pakistan, or independent. But at that time, Maharaja of Kashmir thought that instead of joining India or Pakistan, he wants to choose this option of independence. His idea was quite different at that time. He wants to develop Kashmir like Switzerland. And he wanted to maintain good relation between both the countries, India and Pakistan. Because joining hand with any, it led to the enmity with the other. So he doesn't want that. He wants to be separate. He wants to enjoy that status. So his idea was to remain independent. But but this idea didn't work out. Why? Because Pakistan invaded Kashmir. They said that they claim it is their territory because the word Pakistan is basically abbreviation, acronym. Basically, it is an acronym, and this K stands for Kashmir. So on that basis, they said that no, Kashmir is having Muslim population. India means Pakistan is having Muslim population. Islam is common in both, so we want that territory. Don't you think it's wrong? It's wrong thing. Pakistan did the mistake because it should be the choice of that particular native state whether they want to be part of any country or remain independent. Pakistan didn't respect that, and there are other reasons behind it. It is not just because it is the Kashmir is involved in that. That's why they said that no, it is not going to be case. So, hmm. Yes, so it is not the case that you are going to attack any particular country. You have to respect the sovereignty, you have to respect the integrity of that country, and Pakistan violated, and the resultant of that is basically invasion of Pakistan in Kashmir. And Maharaja of Kashmir frightened, they were not in a position to tackle it because it was surprise attack for them. They never thought that Pakistan is going to attack like this. And because of that reason, Maharaja of Kashmir asked the Indian government to help them, and Indian government helped them on one condition, that we are not going to interfere in any foreign territory. Yes, it is the problem between you and Pakistan. You are an independent nation state. How can we help you? Because if we are going to help you, it is going to hurt our relationship with the Pakistan. So that's why if you want us to help, then You have to sign instrument of accession, be a part of India, and it was a negotiation because it was very crucial time. There are many people who are having half knowledge related to this subject, or we can say the half-baked people. They always have an expert opinion over the Kashmir issue without knowing that what exactly the situation was there. They always blame the first prime minister, and they are living in hypothetical situation. If this person was there, if that person was there, and all, they are not at all knowing the emergency situation of that time, how the time was crucial for us, what to do. Because at that time, when you asked Kashmir to be a part of India, and then we are going to help you, but Kashmir, Maharaja of Kashmir was not in position to hand over his all the authority because he was having aspiration of becoming independent. And India, since our historical legacy, we never force any country to do or act without consent. Situation was so crucial at that time, and this was a dilemma in front of Maharaja of Kashmir what to do. Time was so limited because Pakistani army was reaching near to Srinagar, and at that time a compromise made between India and Jammu and Kashmir. What is that? India said that if you are going to sign the instrument of accession, then we are going to help you. But Maharaja asked a promise that you are going to provide us a special status. Yes, a special status so that we will be privileged. And it was a time Indian government gave such privileges to most of the native state, and and Kashmir was the most important from strategic point of view as well. So we do not want to miss that opportunity, and we do not want to hurt the interest of Kashmiri people as well. So we accepted that thing and we agreed that it's okay. You have a special status. We remain a part of India, and a separate agreement made between India and Kashmir, and that is known as Article 370. Means, Article 370, some part of Article 370 abolished, but not a complete thing. So such kind of privileges we gave to many countries, and basically the bordering areas we gave it. Clear? So is that clear? So this issue became the bone of contention since then because India sent their army, and some of you don't know this fact as well because at the time of on 15th August, if you consider the 15th August 1947, at that time India doesn't have a direct access to Kashmir. We don't have a direct access to Kashmir. If you want to go to Kashmir, then you have to go from this area to this. We don't have roads because you know that Shivalik ranges are there. So at that time there were no tunnel, nothing else. So if we want to go to Kashmir, then that is the only route for them. So how we did that? India sent army through plane. It is not a joke. It was a adventurous campaign for India. Most challenging task in front of us because was already enemy was already in the territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and now situation was that at any time they are going to attack Srinagar. It was the situation at that time. So India took a swift action, and Indian army entered into Jammu and Kashmir and they fearlessly defend the Kashmir. They defend the Kashmir. Clear? No road, but still we protect it. Yes. And since then, this problem is there. Akshay, Naukali is not related with this issue of Kashmir. Naukali, it is related with the Bengal. It is in Bangladesh right now. Clear? So, Kashmir issue since then is a bone of contention between India and Pakistan. Clear? We we took this issue to United Nations as our Prime Minister was a democratic person. He thought that, and we know that failure of League of Nations was there. In the last lecture only we mentioned, in the World History lecture we mentioned that. So League of Nations failure of it. So we do not want to provide such an opportunity. So we thought that United Nations is going to help us, and how it is help us, how it is going to help us, because we are standing in the side which is considered as a true. And how? Because we are having legal document. Through that document, it is mentioned that India and Jammu Kashmir means Jammu and Kashmir is a part of India. So we thought that United Nations is going to support us. And when we entered into United Nations, first thing United Nations did, that is ceasefire. And later on, these ceasefire were having lots of problems in United Nations. Finally, this ceasefire became LOC between India and Pakistan. Clear? Yes, everyone. Is that clear to you? Next thing. Pakistan joined. These are the development. Pakistan joined SETO, Southeast Asian Treaty Organization in 54. This SETO, later on renamed as CENTO, Central Treaty Organization, it built on the basis of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is based on this concept of NATO, means basically it is a defense alliance, and Pakistan fall into the trap of Cold War. India didn't fall in that because India kept a safe distance from bipolar world politics. India followed the independent politics. Clear? So with this SETO and CENTO, Pakistan went closer to USA. Yes, and USA uses Pakistan for her own benefits. Next thing between India, and it is a matter of concern for India, because if Pakistan is not, if peace is not going to prevail in Pakistan, then it will be a dangerous for us. Clear? So we have the problem. Next thing, that in 1960, India signed Indus Water Treaty with the Pakistan. Here, Indus Water Treaty with the Pakistan in 1960. As we are neighboring state, we share the same water resources with each other, and when we are sharing the same water resources, this is going to happen, that is problem related to distribution of water resources, means which country should get access to which water and all. So Indus Water Treaty is not just related with the Indus River, but it's all its tributaries. So in this treaty, I'm going to give you brief knowledge here, and I'm going to explain this treaty in detail in next lecture. So Indus Water Treaty, as how many rivers are there, or what we can say, mm, subsidiaries of Indus? Yes, this question to all of you. Please tell me the name of subsidiary rivers of Indus. Yes, everyone. Please tell me the name of subsidiaries of Indus River. Hmm. Yes, do you know the name? Please tell me. I want to check the geography knowledge as well. Yes. Fast. One. I'm waiting. I'm having patience. I'm waiting for your answer. If you know one, then just type it. If you know two, just type it. If you know all, it's your wish. But at least I should know that you are quite aware of it. Otherwise, I'm going to discuss Indus water treaty and you're going to think, okay. Neeraj says Satluj, Chenab, Ravi, Byas. One, Satluj. Just I'm writing here. Ravi, Byas, Satluj. Okay. Satluj, Ravi, Byas, Jhelum, Chenab. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's it. Or any other. Exactly, exactly. All of you mentioned that. These are the five tributaries. For last time I mentioned the subsidies, it is not subsidies, it is tributaries. So these are the five tributaries of Indus River. Clear? All these are going to merge to Indus River. So as we mentioned these all five, what is the case in Indus River? So India get access to three rivers out of it. Namely, first we are going to mention India. Through this, India get access to Ravi, Byas, and Satluj, and Pakistan gets right over Indus and Sindh. And do you know that we have so many problems with each other, but still, Indus Water Treaty is one of the most successful water treaty in the world between India and Pakistan, because both countries knew that they are going to if they are not going to follow it, then it will be dangerous for both. And water is essential things. So business is a different thing, and day-to-day need is a different thing. Clear? So this is the most important treaty India signed with the mediation of World Bank. Yes, with the mediation of World Bank. Again, in 1965, the war broke out with Pakistan. Generally, we assume this is our first war with the Pakistan. So it is not the first war; it is second war. Sorry, it is second war. First war we already fought in 1947 only. So in this war, you know that Indian army means basically Indian army, and this war was basically related to Punjab and Rajasthan. These two areas were most important in that, and Indian army played an important role in that to show our strength to the Pakistan. And this war is ended with the compromise. And you know that even the Pakistani books they have written they won the war. Pakistani books also written this war. But it's not the case, as you know that India won this war. It was a compromise, and this compromise that leads to the Tashkent Agreement, and USSR provided a neutral ground. Means both the countries were right now enemy country. And why Pakistan invaded at that time? Because they thought that 1962 was a setback for India. Yes, Ram Kumar, good morning. 1962 was a setback for India. So this is the best opportunity to attack. But they forgot it was China and your Pakistan. India after that war learned many more things, and we focuses on strengthening our armed forces with the modern equipments, and the resultant of that we trash Pakistan in 1965 war. So the result of that war is basically we made an agreement, and that agreement is known as Tashkent Agreement. With help of USSR, USSR provided neutral ground, and through this the war ended, retreating from the territory, and ceasefire was there because of this treaty. Next, again this issue erupted, and that issue is migration from East Pakistan to India, and West Pakistan is doing injustice with East Pakistan, and that's why people migrated from that area to India. It added more burden over India, and we already discussed that thing in Indo-Bangladesh relationship. And in this time, India took this opportunity, and India divided the Pakistan and liberated Bangladesh. And yesterday or day before yesterday, when we taught this Indo-Bangladesh relationship, at that time I mentioned every year Indian Army and India celebrates 16 December as a Vijay Divas. Clear? So after this Bangladesh Liberation War, there was a Shimla Agreement. This Shimla Agreement. And this Shimla Agreement was signed between the democratic leaders. Indian Prime Minister was Indira Gandhi at that time, whereas Pakistan was represented by Shahnawaz Bhutto. Shahnawaz Bhutto. And this agreement is very much important. Means you can consider it as the most important in India-Pakistan relationship. And how it is so? Because through this agreement, a new LOC, means whatever the territory India is right now having during 1972, India will keep that territory as it is, whereas, and the new line of control is established, and along with that, India and Pakistan made a commitment for peaceful, the word is listen everyone, listen, this thing, this Shimla Accord is also revised, supported in latter phase of discussion as well. Clear? So peaceful accord. So what we can mention? A mutual commitment to peaceful resolution of border issue with the, yes, we already highlighted it, that is bilateral talk. That means India and Pakistan is going to solve their all border issues bilaterally without interference from any country, either USA or any. And recent time China wants to mediate that, and some of the statements were like that. Some of the statements of then US President, or we can say the current US President as well, means still he is in White House. Okay? So the statement of means last President Donald Trump was of same thing. Okay? And India never followed this approach. India doesn't want intervention from any foreign power. We want to solve this issue. We are going to solve with Pakistan through peaceful negotiation, not with the war. Next thing, setback. And you know that, as I mentioned in the beginning only, existence of Pakistan and Pakistani military is totally dependent on India's hatred. And the resultant of that we are going to see in the form of military coup after this. After Shimla Accord, there was a military coup in 1978, and that military coup ended the democracy in Pakistan once again, because first time in 1955 they ended the democracy, and now again they ended the democracy and establishment of military rule. And Zia ul Haq, this person, Zia ul Haq, he was a military general at that time. He established the army regime, military government, and he became the head of state. He became the president of that. And this Zia ul Haq was the person who responsible for Islamization of Pakistan. Islamization of Pakistan, radicalization, fundamentalism is prevailed just because of that person. Okay, and one more sad part was that they hanged Zulfikar Bhutto. Okay, so till this point, any confusion, any doubt? Yes, everyone. Till this point, whatever we discuss up till now, do you have any confusion, any doubt? Yes, yes, everyone. Any confusion? No doubt at all. Very good. Yes, Supriya, no doubt at all. Very good. Next, as only means this thing, very few people knew this thing. Most of the people thought that 1965 India-Pakistan war, 1971, but this is one of the hidden facet of Indo-Pakistan relationship, and that is Operation Meghdoot. This operation is very much important from Indian point of view. Yes, nobody in India generally mention about it. Yes, some of you quite aware of this word surgical strike, and it is just like that. Oh, oh, Indian Army did it for first time. Parties may come and may go. Army was there, is there to protect our citizens. And army did such operation earlier as well. Yes, and one of the most important operation of Indian Army was Operation Meghdoot. It was so swift, so rapid, and because of that only, it's easy for us to control both Pakistan and China. How? Because of this operation Meghdoot, India brought Siachen Glacier under Indian control. Yes, here. Most importantly, it was so swift action that India captured the Siachen. What Akshay said, if Pakistan was democratic, then how military organized against the leader and hang Bhutto? How military do this thing kind of thing? Because Akshay, the problem is that we are living in democratic country, so we don't know how army works. In Pakistan, how it was so, I just want to explain with a few lines. When Pakistan became independent nation state, they didn't have experience of democracy. As you know that Muslim League was not what we can say, they didn't get uh, major stakehold during the elections in 1936 and all. Even later on, they didn't have that much practical experiences, and their major, or what we can say, the tallest leader of that time died soon. First, Jinnah died. Second, Liaquat Ali was assassinated. So when they lost their leader, now they don't have that much capable leader, and army is more powerful. And when you are talking about more patriotism and all, who do you really think so other than army? If we consider you and me, and you gave choice to anybody, that tell me which of these two persons are more patriotic, people are definitely going to say army. Clear? So it was the case that incapable leaders were there, and army took this opportunity and they grabbed the power and they ruled there earlier. Again, democracy restored for some time, and when they sought this thing, this army sought this thing, that condition is very favorable. People are angry. Why? Because defeat of Pakistan, and this army leaders, they blame their democratic leadership for that, and this was an opportunity. And Zulfikar Bhutto, the coup was there, and Zia ul Haq overthrew that person, and later on trial was there and killed or hanged that person. Clear? So Pakistan, and one more thing, as some of you may know or don't know, I don't know, but Indian Army, our generals are getting salaries. They are getting salary, but along with that, in Pakistan, they allowed to have a business as well, since they can do the business as well. It is the very common phenomenon there. So that's why they are rich, they are powerful, and they can dominate. And we have lots of examples. For example, we have example of Yahya Khan's regime. We have example of this Zia-ul-Haq regime. Yes, we have example of Musharraf regime. So this thing is very common in Pakistan. So coming back to our point, that is Operation Meghdoot. It was so swift and all. This Operation Meghdoot gives us, as we brought Siachen Glacier. And you know that Siachen is the highest battling field. Yes, highest battling field in the world. Highest. And for general knowledge, it is not required to write anywhere about rupees 3 crore India is spending per day to control that area. Don't you think so? It's a too much amount. It's too much. But still, we are spending. Why? Because the strategic importance of that particular thing. Here is Siachen Glacier. Yes, here is Siachen Glacier. And through this, India can control POK. India can control China as well. Karakoram, everyone knew Karakoram highway and all, it was there. So India can directly control that area. So that's why this point is strategically important for us, and India captured that point. It brought from Pakistan. It was there with the Pakistan. Yes, it was not like that. Nobody was there. We captured it. Now it is the most important point, and you know that there are some so-called patriotic person. They used to say that soldiers are fighting in Siachen. what you are doing here. उधर सियाचिन में जवान लड़ रहे हैं. It is the same approach, and they forget that these soldiers fought bravely and captured this area for us. So from then onwards, there is some bitterness in India and Pakistan's relationship. Clear? Next thing. In 1988, an agreement between India and Pakistan signed that here in 1988, agreement between India and Pakistan signed that both the countries are not going to attack nuclear installation or facilities, because as both the countries want to develop themselves, they do not want to continue such thing. So bilateral relation is also having a multiple facets. So they said that okay, they agreed and they signed that both countries are not going to attack the nuclear establishment or installation of that country. Clear? Again in 1989 there was the issue of insurgency in Kashmir began. And why it is so, how it is so, background is there for this issue as well. This is an open secret. This is an open secret that Pakistan supported Khalistan movement in Punjab, because Pakistan wants to take revenge of Bangladesh. We divided Pakistan and made a separate state of Bangladesh, and Pakistan wants to take revenge of it. And for that reason, Pakistan started supporting Khalistani movement, and they want the same thing, that they want to carve out Punjab from India. But as Indian government initially was not in means they didn't realize this threat, so the problem became a massive problem in Punjab. Terrorism was a normal thing in Punjab at that time. Means it is worse than Jammu and Kashmir as well. But once India realizes the, what we can say, the intensity of this problem, so India and Indian government took this issue very seriously, and finally that serious issue led to Operation Blue Star. Operation Blue Star, and through this operation we ended this Khalistani movement and ended the terrorism in that particular area. So it was a setback for Pakistan, and you know that Pakistan is always having nuisance value. So Pakistan, after this defeat, frustrated, and they supported this act of insurgency in Kashmir. Clear? And since then onward till today, we are facing the problem of insurgency, and we as India as a nation state, we call it is a state sponsored terrorism. Means we directly blame Pakistan that you are sponsoring terrorists and you are sending it to India. And how it is possible? Because border in Jammu Kashmir is also porous. Yes, we are trying to fencing it and all, but still border is porous, and it's very easy for people of Jammu and Kashmir and people of Kashmir to transfer from one place to other place. So that's why this is the problem India is facing. Clear? Next, and this is also the problematic situation between our relationship. 1992 agreement signed on the prohibition of use of chemical weapons. Hence both the countries agreed. First they agreed that installation of nuclear facilities are not going to destroy by both. Now they agreed on the second thing, that is chemical weapons are not going to be used by these states. As India and Pakistan, they are competitor with each other at that time. So in 1998, India conducted nuclear tests, and those nuclear tests were in Pokhran. It is also known as the operation. The name of that operation is Operation Shakti. Yes, Operation Shakti was there. And once India conducted this nuclear test, within few days Pakistan also conducted nuclear test, and both the countries are now nuclear power, and this is a worrying situation for both the countries, not just for India. It is for both the countries because both are having fear of destruction with the nuclear weapon. And again, this old doctrine, mad doctrine, is prevalent between India and Pakistan's relation. What is mad? So for that reason, you have to wait for World History lecture. In that, I am going to discuss this mad in detail. Clear? Next thing, next step by step, we are moving. Next thing, that is in 1999, though it happened, everything happened, but still India always want better relation with Pakistan. So for that reason, then Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee took initiative, and he started a bus known as Lahore Delhi bus. And he himself traveled in that bus and went to Lahore, and there they signed this Lahore Declaration. Yes, there they signed the Lahore Declaration, and this declaration was basically from after a long time, this declaration was signed, and this declaration confirmed, once again confirmed, Shimla Accord. Once again confirmed Shimla Accord. That means now both the countries are agree that India and Pakistan's relation or any dispute is going to solve through peaceful negotiation, and only bilaterally, means no third party intervention in that issue. Clear? So this was very clear for them. So we again confirm this accord and both countries agree. So this was a Lahore Declaration. So don't you think it was a peaceful gesture from both the sides? Both countries are agree, happy moment. But in India and Pakistan, such happy moment will not last long. Why? Because the nuisance created by the Pakistani army, and how it is so, that is in 1999, Kargil war broke out. Why? How? You saw the movie, but still, it's my duty to explain you within a short word that every year it was a convention that both the countries are going to call their army from the glacier to the ground, and again they are going to up after the end of winter because it is a harsh winter. So what happened that time? Pakistan didn't ask their soldiers to come down. Even what they did, they invaded India, and that's why the war broke out. When we tried to recapture it, we faced a loss of problem, and most important thing was there at that time, that Bofors, as some of you know the Bofors thing, Bofors guns help us a lot to capture Kargil, Dras. Clear? So it was a case. Means happy moment was there, but suddenly army did that action, Pakistani action. India retaliated and India reclaimed the territory of Kargil. Next thing, in the same year, in the October, this thing happened. This started in the month of February, March. In the October, there was a military coup. in the October there was a military coup and General Musharraf became the head of the state. See, as democracy or democratic leader wants to improve the relation between India and Pakistan, but military doesn't want that, and because of that reason, again there was a military coup, and General Pervez Musharraf became the head of state. And in the same year, this incident happened, that hijacking of Indian plane, Kandahar issue, as some of you quite aware of this thing. Pakistan say that they don't have any stake in that, but India claimed that it is a state-sponsored terrorism from Pakistan side. Clear? So Kandahar issue was there. India released one terrorist. I don't want to name that person because I firmly believe if you take the name of any person, then it gives to status to that person or dignity, and that person doesn't have that. Clear? So we released one terrorist to save our citizen because we are welfare state. We do not want to lose, but still we lost few people in that. Clear? But we tried to save as much as possible and we succeeded in that. So this issue also made India and Pakistan relation bitter. But as you know that India is having hobby that we always want to improve our relationship with the neighboring state because problems are always there, but we have to find out solution as well, and we want to find out solution. So we took one step ahead and we called General Musharraf as the president of Pakistan to place a visit to India. Yes, Akshay, exactly. Air India, no, it was a Indian Airlines at that time. There were two different zones. So, so in 2001, there was a Agra summit. We called Pervez Musharraf. And why Agra? Very simple. It doesn't mean it belongs to Taj Mahal and all. No, it was the birthplace of General Musharraf, and we want to play that diplomatic role as well, so that he will get sentimental and so that we will get improve the relation. But this summit resulted into failure as over the issue of Kashmir, because the issue of Kashmir is deadlocked for both the countries, and abruptly end of the summit and Musharraf went. This is also the problem, as whenever the political system want to improve the relationship, at the same time nuisance also created, and this nuisance was there in 2001. There was a parliamentary attack, means attack over Indian Parliament. It was not just an attack over any structure, it was attack over the democracy. And you know that our soldiers, basically police officers, they retaliate that attack and they sacrifice their life to protect the institution of democracy, that is our parliament. Again, in 2003, we made some good initiative, means Pakistan also took this initiative, and we signed a ceasefire, means Pakistan declared ceasefire along LOC. Ceasefire means basically nobody is going to use weapons against each other. There will be no skirmishes. Just stand still. Okay. Again, in 2004, there was a SARC summit. In that SARC summit, our then Prime Minister, Mr. Vajpayee, met the Pakistani President Musharraf, and there we had a direct talk with each other. Direct talk with each other. And why it was so? We want to improve the relationship. So for some time, we had some good kind of relationship. We cannot say that our relationship with the Pakistan was the best. It was never been, but it was. We don't want it worst as well. So we want to balance it. So we had a direct talk with the president of Pakistan at that time. So relationship improved lot. Again, again, this is the worst terrorist attack India faces, that is Mumbai terrorist attack. And you know that recently, means if I'm not wrong, then yesterday only there was a memory day for us, that is 26/11. Everybody is having those memories. I'm having that memory as well because I was quite younger at that time, and I was preparing for civil services, so awareness was there. And when this attack happened, it hurted me a lot. And you know that we lost our officer. It's Mumbai police, Maharashtra police lost their officers, and these officers were what we can say a decorated officer were there. Along with that, we lost army men. Yes, so it happened. This Mumbai attack was the worst attack on Indian territory, and from then onwards, our relationship with the Pakistan was in worst phase. We stopped all types of dialogue with the Pakistan, including cricket. We said that this is a wastage of time. Why we want to play with them when they want to play with the bomb? Why we are allowing them to play with the ball? Clear. We ended the talk. This stand of India was there for a long time, but again this stand changes with the election of a new leader, that is Imran Khan. When Imran Khan became the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and he had some cordial relation with the Indians, means much before he became a politician, he had a cordial relationship, and he also want Pakistan to be work for their welfare, not to hurt any other thing. He want to focus on that approach, and that's why he took the initiative. And very best example is of Kartarpur corridor. And India always have open hands for this thing. India do not have any prejudice, whatever it happened, but we always want improvement in our relationship. We do not want bitterness in our relationship. So that's why we also open our hand for Pakistan, and we started the trading activity with the Pakistan. Yes, this is on full pledge. Along with this, we opened the Kartarpur corridor, means Pakistan opened Kartarpur corridor for India. Clear? Indians can pay respect to Guru Nanak Sahib. Along with that, one more interesting thing happened with that time, that is Abhinandan. Abhinandan incident was there, yes, and they written Abhinandan with the dignity, and that's a good gesture. As the politics is always there, politics can say anything, it doesn't matter. But yes, of course, we are proud of you. We are really happy that our soldiers came back without any losses. Okay? Next, again, one more initiative was there between India and Pakistan, and that is related with we are resuming our talks with the Pakistan related to the border issue and other issues. Clear? So this happened, but one more incident was also there. And recent times, you know that in recent times there were incidents of Uri attack. Yes, also Pulwama attack. So such kind of, yes, Satyendra. Okay, okay. So what I mentioned, in recent times there were cordial relationship between India and Pakistan developed because their prime minister took initiative, and as I mentioned, India always have the cordial approach. India never had an approach of enmity with any other country, including Pakistan, and our prime minister also took this initiative, and Kartarpur corridor is the best example of that. Booming of the trade with Pakistan is also good example of it. People to people contact is also another example of it. And recent case we mentioned that Abhinandan issue, that is our Air Force officer written by Pakistan with full dignity, and that's a important achievement in our relationship. But there were also setbacks. Uri was attack was there, Pulwama attack was there. Yes, such type of what we can say loopholes were also there, setback were also there, but still we are thinking on positive lines. Clear? Yes, everyone, is that clear? Any question, any query? Yes, any question, any query? Yes, everyone, do you have any question, any query related to that? Yes, everyone, do you have any question, any query related to that? No. All clear? Good. So this is just a background. Just imagine, as I mentioned, India and Pakistan relationship, as we discussed India-Sri Lanka relationship, it is ended in one lecture only. But Indo-Pakistan relationship, as I mentioned, is very complicated relationship, and to understand the other aspects of it, we have to understand the background. So in this lecture, we discuss the background of Indo-Pakistan relationship only. We just discussed that. We still have to discuss many other aspects, many other things, many other facets we have to discuss. So we are going to discuss the Indo-Pakistan relationship in the next lecture, but on the app. This is the YouTube channel. I'm going to discuss tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'm going to discuss the part two of Indo-Pakistan relation in next lecture. Tomorrow we will have a special class. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow we will have a special class on Indo-Pakistan relationship. And one more thing, those who are new here, they can join my Telegram channel to get the update of it. And one more thing, one more request to all of you, that today we have a special class at 6 o'clock in the evening. It is related to the part 2 of Indo-Bangladesh relationship. Part 1 we already discussed on YouTube channel. So those who are new here, they can watch that. 6 o'clock, 6 to 7:15, we are going to discuss Indo-Bangladesh relationship, and we have a special class at 9 o'clock for world history lecture as well. So please do not miss that class, because in that class we are going to discuss Russian Revolution and Chinese Revolution. Both the special classes are available on the app. So please do not forget, 6 o'clock in the evening and 9 o'clock in the evening. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you very much for your valuable time. Along with that, if you are having any query, any question, then you can join my channel. This is my Telegram channel at Unacademy_Harshv10. You can contact me, or you can contact me through all other social media platforms if you are having any query, anything. And yes, one more thing. Whenever you are going to ask the question to me, it's my duty to answer you. Yes, and I'm really happy that if you're going to ask the question. Clear? So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you once again. Thank you for your valuable time. Have a good day. Great day.